So my name is Caoimhe, and I'm a Green Schools officer working on the marine environment theme. And my colleague Jennifer is here as well.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Jennifer. And we are delighted to have you here today for the first day of Marine Week. So this is actually a really special Marine Week because it's Green School's 25th birthday this year. So we've been around since 1998, if you can believe that. So we're delighted to have you all celebrating here with us today. Before we get started, I want to say a very special thank you to the Department of Housing, Local Government and Heritage, who support Marine Week and help us to make all these lovely things happen. Throughout the week, we are going to be giving out spot prizes to classes that chat to us on social media and show us all the lovely work that you guys are doing. So you can tag us at Green Schools IRE and use the hashtag over my head there, hashtag Marine Week 23, to be in with a chance to win some lovely prizes. So Marine Week is all about celebrating our oceans, no matter where you are in the country, whether you're right in the middle of the country, whether you're on the coast, we all depend on the oceans. So we are celebrating them this week, and we're going to have lots of brand new resources and videos for you every day of the week. And we're also announcing the winners of our Marine Creative Writing Competition, and the winners are live now on our webpage. So be sure to check that out if you haven't already, excuse me. So I just want to introduce Dr. Noirin Burke, who is joining us from Galway Atlantaquaria, the National Aquarium for Ireland. So I am going to pass you over to Noirin. Noirin's going to tell us all about the amazing work that she does and the life of an aquarist. So I'll pass over to you, Noirin. Thank you very much.
Thanks a million, Caoimhe. I noticed one of the teachers was just asking about an echo sound, and I hope that's not coming from my mic. So please let me know if it is, if there's anything wrong with my audio. It's really, really lovely to be here with everyone today. I am going to be showing you some slides that have videos of some of the animals that we have here at the aquarium, because what I want to share with you is, I suppose, a little bit of information about the work that we do here at the aquarium and some of our amazing marine life. So I'm just going to get rid of this floating bar because you're going to be, now hopefully that's better. Caoimhe and Jennifer, please just unmute and tell me if there's any issues at any point, if people can't hear things, or if I didn't click a button I should have. So we're going to explore some of Ireland's marine biodiversity today, and also we're going to have a look at some of the work that we do here at the aquarium. So here at the aquarium in Galway, we focus on native species. So those are species of animals that live for all of their life in Ireland, or they might visit Ireland at some part of their life. So they might come in and out of Irish waters, or they might visit an Irish river, or if you were a native bird, you maybe might fly and spend some time in Ireland. When people come to visit the aquarium, we like to talk to them and share some of these wonders of the world of water and what lives in water with them. Sometimes we go out and we visit schools and communities. Maybe we were in one of your schools over the last few years. And then we also like to work with other people, such as Green Schools and Clean Coast, that work in the marine area, both in Ireland and around the world. And sometimes, though it's not our main focus, but sometimes we do help with animal rehabilitation. So that's where an animal is sick or unwell and needs to be cared for until it's well enough to go back into the wild again. So today, what I'm going to be focusing on are some of the native species that live around Ireland, and also one example of how we have worked with animal rehabilitation in the past. So let's start by looking at some marine animals that live around Ireland. Now, I'm going to start off with marine invertebrates, but I need to make sure that everyone understands what that word means. I know when I was your age and I was growing up in school in County Tipperary, I don't think I'd ever heard of an invertebrate. So invertebrates are animals without a backbone, and there's just millions and millions of them on our planet. In fact, if you were to think of all the animals on the planet being inside a circle, then more than 9/10 of that circle, or more than 90% of it, will be made up of invertebrates. So they're really, really important. And the animal that you can see on the screen here in front of you is actually a marine invertebrate. And even though it's not the shape you'd normally recognize, maybe you're normally see it in, you might be able to identify it. So this might be one that you can tell what it is just based on those very soft looking arms and those tiny, tiny tube feet. So I want to show you another image of this animal, but this time it might be easier to tell what it is. So starfish, or sea stars, are a marine invertebrate, and they're related to animals such as sea urchins and sea cucumbers. And again, I'm going to show you a little video of those in a minute as well, so in case you don't know what they are. Now, I wanted to show you this really cool video because this is one marine invertebrate that's feeding on another one. Here at the aquarium, it is important that we feed our animals. It's like if you own an animal and you care for an animal at home, you probably look after it and you feed it. So this starfish here at the aquarium was feeding on a mussel, or a dulacine. And you can see here the way it uses all those little tube feet to get the mussel shell into position right in the center. And then what it does is it actually puts one of its stomachs, because it has two, inside the mussel's shell and turns it into a mussel smoothie before it sucks it up. Now, that's pretty unusual way of feeding, I'm going to say, when you think of how we like to eat our food. Another animal that is related to sea stars is the sea urchins. And you can see one here in the picture, and I'm just going to click play so you can see this beautiful sea urchin and how it doesn't have the soft body that the starfish did, but it does still have all those little tube feet. And you can see them here moving and pulling the sea urchins along in one direction. Now, something that sea urchins like to do is they often cover themselves with other materials to protect themselves from the sun's UV rays. I'm just going to click play on this little video over here at the side, because I want to show you some of the beautiful purple sea urchins that we had at the aquarium, or we do have, sorry, at the aquarium. And they had little hats that they could put on. So they can put little bits of shells and stones on top of them as well. But if they want, we made them little hats that they could wear on top of their head. Now, the next animal that I'm going to show you, which is still a marine invertebrate and it's still related to starfish, is this really cool animal here, which is called a sea cucumber. And the other thing to mention is all the animals that I've shown you so far they're all native. So they're all native to Ireland. So this is a sea cucumber, which is basically like one arm of a starfish. And it still has all those little tube feet for pulling itself along. And here it is feeding. Now, this particular one is called a cotton spinner because it has quite an unusual way of defending itself. You've probably heard the story of starfish being able to break off an arm and regenerate an arm if one gets eaten or pulled off by an animal. This animal can actually regrow parts of its insides. So what it does is, if it feels threatened by a predator, it shoots out part of its intestines, which look like strings of cotton, and then it's able to regrow them again. Now, another group of invertebrates that we have at the aquarium are crustaceans. And I'm going to share a little video now with you of my colleagues. I think it's Anna and Porg who are in this one. And they're just going to tell you a little bit about some of the crustaceans we have at the aquarium. Jennifer and Quiva, you might let me know if for any reason the sound doesn't work on this.
One group of animals we visit every day are the crustaceans. Crustaceans are animals without a backbone. They have a hard exoskeleton and jointed limbs that can bend for movement. Prawns, shrimp, crabs and lobsters are all examples of crustaceans.
There are quite a few crustaceans living at the aquarium, which you check in on and feed daily, as well as checking their water quality and temperature. Crustaceans are not picky eaters. Some of their favorite food is chopped up squid and fish. Some of them like bigger pieces than others, and we prepare their food in the food prep room each day. Today they're eating sprat.
What we're looking at now is the spiny spider crab, one of the largest crabs to inhabit Irish waters. Here is our most colourful lobster, making an absolute dogfish's dinner out of that piece of sprat.
So you can see there that marine invertebrates come in lots and lots of different shapes and sizes. There's huge variations between soft animals, animals that have spikes and spines, animals that have hard shells, animals like jellyfish that have stings. You can see here our beautiful jellyfish swimming in their tank. The color changes are from lights that were on the tank. They appear to disappear here as the blue color matches in with them perfectly, and then they appear again. But a very soft-bodied animal there, but has a sting. And then, of course, we get animals that we find, all of these animals are native, can be found out in the wild, and animals like shellfish. So you can see our little netted whelk here down on the shore making his way across the beach. They're all marine invertebrates too. And they're like the invertebrates you'd find in your garden when you're looking at snails. Another animal then that we often, I suppose, think of as one of the most clever or intelligent invertebrates would be our octopus. And this is a common octopus that we get in Irish waters. But squid and cuttlefish would be part of this family as well. And you'd also have animals like nautilus that swim in the Pacific Ocean. So as I was saying, just a really, really important group of animals there, those animals without backbones. But we do also have lots of fish in the aquarium. Some of those fish are born in the aquarium. Some of them, we get them from places like fish farms, and some of them come in from the wild or they come from other aquariums. This is a little clip of a little baby shark starting to form in its egg case or mermaid's purse. As you can see, the tiny little shark here starting to form, and by the time it's ready to be born, it'll fill that egg case until it cracks it and swims out. And then we'll see the little baby shark, here they are, and we've got a little baby ray coming across the screen as well. Now, other types of fish that we have in the aquarium involve some saltwater fish, some freshwater fish. And in this short video, I just want to show you a few of the types that we have in the aquarium.
Love comes in many different forms. Romantic love, familial love, love for our friends, love for our hobbies, and love for the planet, to name just a few. Can animals feel love like we do? There is certainly evidence to suggest they can. Our bullhuss and dogfish are at their most comfortable when resting side by side, as you can see here. Sharks like these can get a bad name, but they're really just big old softies at heart.
If you are looking for relationship goals, then look no further than the humble seahorse. Seahorses will only have one partner at a time, a rarity in the ocean to be sure. The male seahorse is actually the one to give birth, very rare in the animal kingdom. Today we are feeding the mysid shrimp. They get their food delivered to a little bowl, as you can see here. They can wear themselves out after a big feed, and to be honest, they're not great swimmers, so don't be surprised if you see them holding on to each other when they get a little tired.
Our tropical Oscars seen here are very protective. The males will aggressively chase away any romantic rivals that enter their territory. The females will spar with the males by mouth locking, which is like a fighting kiss. The female is looking for the male to prove that he is strong enough to fertilize her eggs. She wants her babies, or her fry, to be as strong as possible.
Like our tropical Oscars, the native kukuru-wrasse males are also very protective of the females. However, it is unclear if the females actually want protecting or if they simply tolerate it. The males are very noticeable as they often sport dashing colour patterns. One thing we should all share is love for our planet. We do all live here, to be fair. When possible, consider doing a 2-minute beach clean, or bring some rubbish away with you to dispose of properly. I promise the earth will love you for it. But do remember to be careful and have protective gear with you.
So just a little piece of advice there from Porg at the end about sharing our love then with the ocean. And don't worry, if you don't live near the sea, you don't have to worry about trying to get to the beach to do a beach clean. In Ireland, we live on an island. So in fact, you're never too far away from the sea. And it's really good to do a clean up on land as well, because we know that most marine litter actually comes from land-based sources. So don't worry about getting to the beach to do a beach clean. If you don't live near one, just doing a bit of a clean up in your area is great too. Or being responsible with your own litter and your own rubbish is a great first step to take. So the reason we love native marine and freshwater animals so much is because Ireland is, I suppose, mostly made up of ocean. This is called the real map of Ireland, and this shows, you've probably seen this before, but just in case you haven't, this shows all the land that belongs to our country, which is made up of nearly 90% of land that's underneath the sea. It's 880,000 square kilometers, or more than 220,000 acres of land. So that's a big area. Now, just to give you an idea, I've included this graphic that came from a booklet that's from the Explorers website, because it kind of shows you how that map is at different depths. Sometimes when we look at the map, it's hard to imagine what the different colors mean. But what the different colors represent is seabed that's actually getting deeper and deeper. The deepest point in the Irish marine area is around 4,500 meters down. But that's not the deepest part in our ocean at all. The deepest part in our ocean is the Mariana Trench in the Pacific Ocean, which is more than 10,000 meters deep. And you can just see Mount Everest put in there on this graphic to give you an idea of how deep our deepest area is. So native and everything about the ocean is something we love here at the aquarium and we want to celebrate. And in the past, we have been lucky enough to be able to help with some animal rehabilitations. Now, in this short video, Jorge is going to explain to you how we used science, technology, engineering and maths to help us monitor sea turtles that come into Irish waters and around the world, but also in the rehabilitation and the release of a marine turtle called Leona. So I hope you enjoy this, and then we'll be having questions.
Hello everyone. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about sea turtles and how these amazing animals are being helped by people in STEM all over the world. There are 7 species of sea turtle currently known to swim the oceans. Here in Ireland, we can see 5 of them in our waters. They are the leatherback, loggerhead, green, Kemp's Ridley, and hawksbill. As reptiles, sea turtles breathe air and not water. So when you see them navigating underwater currents, munching on jellyfish, or dashing away from predators, they are in fact holding their breath. They lay their eggs on land, and their babies, when hatched, must find the ocean, usually only returning to land in order to lay their own eggs. It isn't all plain sailing for these shelled sea creatures. Occasionally, due to storms, illness, or injury, a sea turtle may be washed up to the shore unable to save itself. Sea turtle numbers are low around the world, with nearly every species of sea turtle classified as endangered. Thankfully, science, technology, and engineering, along with a dash of compassion from those who rescue these stranded animals, have all come together to help us understand and save sea turtles all over the world. When washed up on the shore, turtles can suffer visible and invisible problems. Physical damage to their body and shell is often the case. They can also have internal problems that can lead to buoyancy issues. This means it can be weeks before they are able to dive below the surface of the water. In the wild, this will be fatal for them, but thankfully, with the right care and medical treatment, they can make a full recovery. Sea turtles are strong and resilient animals. Given half a chance, they can return from the brink of death to live long, healthy lives. I've actually been lucky enough to see this happen. Once properly taken care of, their injuries can heal, their illnesses pass, and their zest for life can return stronger than ever. It is important to X-ray any rescued turtles if possible. This allows us to ensure they have no internal injuries and also check if they have ingested any rubbish. Turtles can mistake rubbish for food and eat it accidentally. Without proper care, this can make them very sick. This all sounds like the compassion you mentioned, I can hear you ask. What about the science and the technology and the engineering? Well, once a rescued sea turtle has recovered its strength and it comes time to release it back into the ocean, what will often happen now is a state-of-the-art tag can be placed on its shell. This tag causes no discomfort to the turtle whatsoever, but what it does do is provide us a treasure trove of information on how these animals live their lives in the wild. Using this tag, we can find out where they live, breed, feed, how deep they can dive, how far they like to travel, almost everything we want to know. Knowledge is power, and with enough knowledge, we will have enough power to ensure that sea turtles can survive on this earth as they were meant to. There are multiple ways of releasing these creatures back into the wild after being rescued. You can release them from the shore or from the open ocean itself. So what can you do to help these amazing animals? Well, firstly, we want to protect their home, which is the ocean. So the more that we protect the oceans, the more chance that sea turtles have to survive happily in the wild. If you find one washed up on a beach or onto the shore, well, there are a number of different places you can call that should be able to help. The Irish Whale and Dolphin Group will offer advice on how to take care of them on the beach and also call the relevant people who can look after them. You could also get in contact with your local seal sanctuary or the closest aquarium to where you found the turtle. any one of those places, we'll be able to offer help and advice, and we'll be able to contact whoever needs to be contacted in order to help rescue these amazing animals. Thank you.
So that was Burke just sharing with us some knowledge about one of the sea turtles that was rehabilitated here at the aquarium. And now what I'm